was making some notes this week about AI, and not Allen Iverson. I'm talking about artificial intelligence and how we use AI in our business today. Like, how do I use AI? And I think, as I talk through these things and I, try to put these episodes out, I want to make sure that we're adding value to you guys, the listeners, the operators out there. I know you're in your shops and you're running your stores, or you're building your brands, or you're getting ready to open up, and you're thinking about all of these different things out there. And it's like, well, how do I do that? How do I use that? Like, what should I be doing, or how should I use that? And I can tell you just from my experience that AI for sure is here to stay, and it's to your benefit to find a way to use it, because it's a tool. It's not, I'm not one of those folks that looks at intelligence and says, hey, these robots are going to take our jobs. No, I mean, there's too much creativity. There's too much, just nuance to all these different things that we do to say that a computer or artificial intelligence is just going to take over. It's not. But if we use it the right way, it can be a very helpful tool on our journey and for our businesses going forward. And I'm here to tell you that I use AI. I have been using, different AI platforms over the last couple of years to just see what they can do. And, I mean, whatever, if it's from anything from content creation to, excuse me, to, to even helping with some of the things that we do on this podcast, video editing, sound editing, recording. Oh, there's so many different ways. And so I made some notes on, the ways that I use AI, in hopes that it helps you figure out what could be the best route for you, or the best way to use it. Pizza of the week. I don't have a pizza of the week this week. It's been kind of a rough week, man. I had some pizza fails. Man, sticking some pies. We had just some dough issues going on in the store. We were sticking a bunch of pies. There was some craziness going on with some of the batches. And how about we start there? How many of you are actually like eating, sampling, and like testing out your own product? Like, do you eat your own product? Are you eating the pizzas? Do you test out your stuff? Do you, are you sampling your prep, on a day-to-day basis? And let me tell you why I ask. So we had an issue in the store, I guess it was last week or early last week, kind of the week before that. But we were sticking a bunch of pizzas, and normally we don't stick too many pies. Like, that's just not something that happens a whole lot. But we were sticking pizzas left and right, sticking pizzas. And I don't know what happened. Oh no, Alan comes to me and he goes, "Oh man, did you hear what happened?" I'm like, "No, what?" He goes, "Oh man, we screwed up. We screwed up the prep, or the batches, the dough batches, over the last 4 or 5 batches." And I'm like, "What you mean?" He was like, "Well, they went to refill the salt container, but they filled it with sugar. And nobody noticed it for a couple of days. They were, just making the batches as normal. And look, salt and sugar do look similar, but if you're looking at them side by side, you can tell the difference. Like, salt is pure white, sugar has a little tint to it. But when they're both the same, you can't tell, and you're just not, and you're going fast, you just can't tell, and we couldn't tell. And I have been, kind of doing some different things with the diet, and I haven't been eating pizza. So I didn't, Alan never really eats the pizza. JR's been on keto. So, the 3 leaders in our store, we weren't eating the product. We weren't eating pizza. So we didn't even know for a couple of days. And so my question and my challenge to you is like, how are you eating your product? Are you trying? Are you sampling? When I was with Fuzzy, that was a big thing. Like when we would do a line check, if you're going to do a line check at a place like when I was at Fuzzy's, we make guacamole, we make pico, we make salsa. You got to try this stuff. That's the only way to know if you're doing it the right way. Like, you're on the line, you're going to check it. Like, you get a little souffle cup, get a chip, you're going to check the guac, you're going to check the salsa, you're going to check the pico, and you're going to check it based on taste. Yeah, we're going to take temperature. We're going to look at the visual indicators for quality, but we're also going to try that shit to make sure that it's the right way, because it could easily have too much lime or too much salt, or in our case, double the amount of sugar. Like, we were selling crack out of that bitch. Like, oh my God. And I'm like, so then I'm mad, like, damn, I wish I would have had some pizza, because that sounds good. We had no salt in the dough. And that's why we were blowing up and we were sticking. We had no salt, and our batches have salt and sugar, but we had no salt in the dough. We doubled up on sugar. Dough was super sweet. And that ran on for a couple of days, and we had no idea. So I asked that question initially to say, like, are you doing it? And if you aren't trying your food, you probably should have some kind of system in place to at least give a quality check on prepped items on a daily basis, because that could have easily gone the other way and doubled up on salt, and we've been selling, and our pizzas come out like crackers and the dough tastes terrible. I think we were fortunate that it happened the way that it did, because it didn't severely affect the taste and quality of the product. If anything, it made it a little sweeter, which, and depending on who you are, could be a little bit better. But you gotta put some quality checks in there and really sample that product, because that's something that could have easily been avoided if we were on top of that like day one. So yeah, eat your pizza. Eat your pizza. So the pizza of the week is your pizza. Go eat some. Your pizza. Go eat some of your pizza. Had a funny one with a customer a couple of days ago, and it actually I wasn't there, but I got the secondhand story. So a customer is trying to order online, and the card keeps declining, decline. It was, it's blocking their order. So the order's not coming through. So then they come in, they call on the phone, they try to place an order on the phone, you can still card is continuing to decline. So then they come to the store and they're trying to place an order, in the store, and they've got like 3 or 4 different cards, and they're trying all these different card numbers, trying to put this order through, probably $75, $80 order. And the guy is a guy and a girl. The guy's getting agitated, like, dude, just give us the food. Like, dude, well, we mean just give you the food. Like, your card keeps declining. He was like, well, we tried to place an order online, and it put a hold on it, and this and that. I'm like, that's up to your bank. That's not on our end. You got to decline. I'm not sure why your bank is holding those funds, but we got to decline. So, I was telling him, like, we can't just make the food. Like, you didn't pay for it, which means there's no order. And the guy gets pissed off, and he starts cursing him out, and he tells Alan, I'm gonna come back up here and I'm gonna blow this bitch up with a Molotov cocktail. I'm like, what? He said, what? He's threatening us. He wants to take the store out because he got some stolen ass credit cards and they're not working, and he's trying to get some free food and run a scam on us. And maybe he wasn't trying to scam, but we don't know. How the hell are we supposed to know? We don't know. But we can only assume, based on the way the situation is going and based on our past experience, like, not too many people trying to run 4 or 5 different cars for some food and, got all these different things. If it's that serious, go to the ATM, get cash. So we, obviously we didn't make the food, and we didn't do that, but yeah, pissed. They were pissed. And I thought that was hilarious. Like, is it that serious? And I know people, you have the right to take your food very seriously. You do. But you do not have the right to threaten other people and threaten a business and do that over a situation that is 1000% created by you. We're not purposely declining your card. I promise we want your money. We want it. we're not trying to decline you. We're trying to approve your card so that we can get paid. Like, do you want us to, and we'll try, like, you want me to run it for a little bit less and then you get the cat, like, we'll find a way. But no, this guy was pissed. And do you get customers like that? And it's funny when we get them, but it's also disheartening to know that there are people who are willing to treat other people like that over a situation that's so small. That always baffles me, I should say. Topic this week is AI, artificial intelligence. How are you using it in your business? How am I using artificial intelligence in my business? A couple of different ways. And like I said earlier, I was starting to make some notes, and, you know, as I got through it, I'm like, damn, I'm actually using AI in a few different ways. And maybe I need to, you know, put that out there, and I got to figure out how to do like a screen share, because I think that would be pretty cool too. If I can show you on my screen, I guess I could set it up like on a Zoom call or something like that, Zoom or Teams, where I can show you on my screen how I actually use AI. Because the first one on the list was actually a cool one. We have a message on hold system at the store. We did voice over IP phones, and it lets you do a message on hold. But I needed to record a new message, and I didn't want to. We were using a company before, and I didn't want to have to pay their producers and their writers to write a new script, record it, you know, produce it, and send it to me, costing me a few $100s. I'm like, man, I bet there's a way for us to do it. And I've been making a lot of content. Obviously, y'all see that I make a lot of content. Well, I bet there's a way. So ChatGPT, you know, put together a nice, you know, script. I tell it exactly what I need. I want to put together a 45-second script for a message on hold for the pizzeria, and ChatGPT, because the memory is, here's what you don't understand. This thing is very intuitive, and the more input that you give it, the better outputs it gives you. And if you continuously use it, it learns who you are and what you need. So it knows me. So I'm logged into ChatGPT, and it knows who I am, and it knows what I do, and it knows about my business. So I'm like, listen, we need to put together a 45-second message on hold script for the store. Let's talk about the specials. Make sure we mention rewards. We'll give the hours of operation, you know, all of the details that I wanted to give it. And, you know, tweaked it a couple of times, and it'll give you a version. It'll ask you if you want to make any tweaks. You know, made several tweaks to it. Came out with a nice script. I take that script over to CapCut, and I turn that into our video. And you know, I actually made a video and just downloaded the audio. So I made a video in CapCut using the script that I built in ChatGPT, just over a static image, long enough to capture all of the dialogue, or all of the, you know, the message that I wanted to capture. So, and then I just downloaded the audio. I used the AI voice on CapCut to read the script. First I did it with my voice, and I didn't like it. It sucked. So then I used the AI voice. Actually, the first thing I tried to do was I gave the system that, you know, CapCut, I gave it samples of my voice to try to get it to read the script in my voice using AI, like not me reading it, but my voice reading it. It didn't sound great. I wasn't a big fan of it. So then I just decided to record it myself. Did that. Didn't sound great. Sounded good, but didn't sound great. So then I used an AI voice, and it came out solid as hell. So loaded that up onto the phone system, and just like that, in, you know, 30, 45 minutes worth of work, we had our phone script produced, recorded, and uploaded to our phone system like it was nothing, using artificial intelligence. So that was one way we use it. The second way, probably the way that I use AI the most, is really for this podcast. So previously, well, right now, I just switched my hosting over to Spotify, but I was previously hosting with Buzzsprout, and Buzzsprout had some great tools, some great AI tools that would, you know, once I uploaded my audio, would scan the audio, write a show description, you know, give me notes and a summary, give me title suggestions, social media post suggestions, blog posts, even clips that they thought were engaging. And I thought that was pretty dope. So that was, and I used those show notes almost every single time. I'll copy and paste them. I put them, put them on the YouTube page, but definitely I was using that tool heavily, as an accompaniment to this podcast. So the show notes, titles, descriptions, chapters, all of that stuff was being created, through an AI platform. Super, super easy. You can make changes if you didn't really like, certain ways. Sometimes I would take the notes that Buzzsprout would give me and I would take them over to chat and tell chat, hey, rewrite this in a tone that's more, that's more like me, like a more chill tone. And it would give me different variations of it. So finding ways to do that. Now that I'm on Spotify, I need to find another way. I'm probably going to start to use Riverside as a recording platform. And I think that Riverside has a tool. I have been using StreamYard, and I'm still on StreamYard right now. But I'm going to tell you right now, StreamYard, y'all tripping because the price is like going to double this month. So they lost me. I'm no longer going to be on StreamYard. I'm looking at Riverside. I think that's the one that I'm going to go with. And they have some AI tools. StreamYard does too. They'll clip up my, what I like about StreamYard is they'll clip up my, my episode, my video recording, things like that. Give me some of the same type of benefits. But I've been looking at Riverside. I've been looking at Squadcast, and gonna make a decision here real soon. Because right now, like I said before, I do most of this stuff just on my phone. So time to step the tools up a little bit. And then lastly, I've used AI quite a bit for content creation. One of my favorite apps or sites or tools, I should say, is Opus Clip. That takes the clips that we that you see on my social media pages, TikTok. I haven't really posted on TikTok. I haven't even logged into TikTok in a couple of months. But the clips that you see from the podcast are always clipped by AI. Opus Clip is a great tool that takes long form video, like podcasts or interviews or things like that, or speeches, and you can convert it into as many clips as you want. You can give it all of the parameters. How long do you want the clips to be? 30 seconds. You want clips that are 1 minute to 2 minutes. You want, long, it has all of these different settings and parameters. You want it to look like Alex Hormozi. If you want it to look like, Mr. Beast style clips, you can give it all these different inputs, and it'll spit out some clips for you. And it's really good too. I like that. It'll give you descriptions. It'll give you a rating on it. If the topping is engaging, if the topic, not the topping, the style of pizza. If the topic is engaging, if the hook is solid, it'll give you suggestions, and it's a pretty dope one. I use Opus Clip a lot. Opus Clip is really good. I'd used some other stuff before. I use AI on my YouTube channel through vidIQ, which is another great platform that just helps me understand, the direction that I'm going in. It gives lots of content suggestions, title suggestions, keywords, things like that. All using AI, kind of rates the videos and gives me feedback on what I'm uploading. And, that's pretty cool. Look, hi, Callie. Are you supposed to be up there? I guess she decided she's going to be on pod this week. She's looking at my notes. But yeah, so yeah, Opus Clip is great. vidIQ is a great tool that I use for YouTube. What was the one that we used to use before? JR and I we were working with another one, and I don't remember the name of it, but I haven't used it in a long time. But it was a nice way to just generate, lots of videos in a short amount of time. Giving it, it could, text to video very easily. And that one was cool, but I don't have that subscription anymore. I think it was Jasper. I'm pretty sure it was Jasper, but not using that one anymore. But yeah, man, what AI tools are you using for your social pages, or for your channels, your YouTube channels, or even for your pizzerias? There's a lot of different ways to use it. I've used AI to, help generate email ideas, to get me content hooks. There's just so many different ways to do it. I encourage you to go give it a whirl if you haven't been on ChatGPT. And I am going to figure out a way to do a screen share, and maybe we'll do, oh yeah, that'll be a good one. Maybe we'll do like a live session, and we'll just walk through some of this stuff. If you're interested in that, send me a message and say, T, definitely do it. I'd sign up. Because I think that would be valuable for some folks. But that's all I got for you today. Pizza King Podcast. As always, I appreciate you tapping in. And thank you to our supporters. Since we changed platforms, I lost a pre-roll that has the Bag Genie ad. But listen, still rocking with Bag Genie. He's got new colors out. He's got great deals. Go to baggenie.net. Use code Pizza King. Tell them I sent you. They'll give you a free bag. You order 4 bags, you're gonna get a free bag. And yeah, come back. Check us out next week. Pizza King Podcast. Peace.